Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a review on a 2018 Ford Ranger. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of reviews online of these. Now I'm going to take it from a completely newbie's perspective. What it's like to drive, what it's like off-road, sort of. Yeah, I say newbies because this is mine. Roll to intro. Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. So my review of my Ford Ranger, 2018 Ford Ranger. So in this video I'm hopefully going to get out and about, show you why, well, tell you why I bought this vehicle, tell you why I think it's great. I'll give you some downsides to it as well, because there is some. Now if you want a much more technical in-depth review, I'm probably not going to be your guy. I mean, you know, I could talk on about, you know, its horsepower, you know, size of its engine, you know, towing capacity, all this sort of stuff, but I think this is a well-trodden path. I think what I'm going to go for today is basically what a guy who doesn't do any of that, you know, doesn't go off-roading, sort of uses, and how he gets on with the Ranger. So I mean, you know, we'll talk about, is it practical? Check. You know, can it go off-road to an extent? Check. You know, can you fit a family of 4 or a big lad like me in the back? Check. And can you also fit me in the tailbed? Check. I mean, yeah, joking aside guys, you know, is a 3.2 practical? Not particularly. I mean, it's a heavy car, you know, miles per gallon. I actually own a Mustang, and this is worse. But you don't buy this to, you know, be a commuter, do you? You know, if you work on a farm, if you work, you know, in building, and not, you know, you're not going to do 700-800 miles a week in this. So but again, I think, and you can sort of tag that onto nowadays, is it relevant? Because, you know, with the world seemingly going all electric, is this, you know, the end of an era for these sorts of cars? You know, by 2030, so what, only 9 years away, 8.5, 9 years away, is it worth it? You know, these are the sorts of things you need to ask really when you're buying one of these. But I mean, you know, that, is it going to go electric? You just, you know, who knows? So then, practicality, you've already seen, I joked about that, putting me in the back and whatnot, but is it practical? Very. You know, these are the sorts of things. It's a pickup, of course it's practical, it's massive, you know. So this is one good side to it. Another good side to it is, dare I say it, it's the view of the road that you get. You know, you sat very high up. This particular Ranger's had a lift, so it is a little bit higher than your standard one. Do I like it? I've been driving for years. I'm gonna have to say I do. It does give you a real commanding sort of view of the road. So, you know, this is where I'm saying, like, are these practical in town? Yes, they are, because you're above everything else. You know, I know it sounds daft, but unless you've actually ever done it, those that drive a van or pickups or whatever know this. You know, you've got a great view of the road. My other car, you've seen it, it's a Mustang. As great as that car is around town, you know, it being a lot lower down, you know, especially in busy cities, it definitely gets a little bit dicey. What's it like off-roading? Well, I'm just on a bit of a dust track at the minute, but I mean, these are normal sort of cross tyres. They're not all-terrain tyres, they're not road tyres, they're that sort of in-between tyre, so it handles itself pretty well, I think, to be honest. I mean, it's quite bumpy, as you can see, but no, it's good. You know, you can go off-roading and you can put your shopping in the boot as well, so winner, chicken dinner in my eyes. So miles per gallon then, 26, good visibility, practical, spacious. What more do you want? Road tax isn't as expensive as I'd thought because it's a commercial vehicle. All in all, it's a bargain, really. Is it practical? Yes. Is it expensive to run? Also, yes. I suppose the only downside to the whole thing, you know, it's expensive to run. I mean, I'll just give you a comparison in terms of what it's like to run. My Mustang 5 litre V8, to fill the tank's about £60 UK, and I'll get driving it a little bit steady, I'll get about 500 miles to a tank, 450 miles, 500 miles, and I mean steady, you know. So if you drive it with your foot to the floor, you'd be lucky to get 200 miles on that. Anyway, but on this, I filled it up to the brim. It's a little bit more expensive to fill up. It's round about £85-90 depending on where you get your petrol from, or diesel in this case, and I can just barely get 400 to 450 miles out of it. And both these occasions, because I live quite a distance from where I work, are motorway miles, so it's probably the best mileage you can get for these cars. Again, same, drive it around town, you'd be lucky to get 200 miles again. So in terms of, it's around about the same sort of miles per gallon. However, this costs more to fill up, so it is chomping up just as, you know, more, but it's towing more, you know. The Mustang is a sports car designed to go fast, streamlined. This is a big block, in the best sort of way to describe it, and it's heavy, you know. I think this is nearly 3 tons, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a beast, you know. That's a massive bit of kit, you know. Oh, is it easy to drive? Yes, 100%. Like I said, this is the auto, so it's, I hate to say it, but it's just super easy to drive. The steering's comfortable, it's lovely, you know. I have to keep prizing it out of my missus' hands because she loves driving it. Yeah, she won't drive the Mustang, but she'll drive this. But I mean, it handles well, you know. It's for a great big truck, but modern cars do, you know. I'm not knocking like Land Rover Defenders or anything, but I've driven a couple in the past, and you know, I mean, they're fantastic utilitarian, you know, vehicles, but horrible to drive on the road. What's the range like then? As I've said before, it's, you know, it's not economical. With sort of, you know, cars going electric in 2030, I mean, what can you do about that, you know? It's a diesel, it's 3.2, it's a 6-speed auto, it is by far not economical. Comfortable, most definitely. Nice to drive, really nice to drive. Now, I've heard good things about electric cars, but you know, this is a comfortable car. It's mid-priced. It's not, you know, super expensive like Range Rover quality, but you get in, you know, all that off-road ability, and you can go shopping. You know, what's it like to handle around town? Not too bad, but put that down basically to the high road view you get. I mean, driving out here, it's beautiful. You know, you can see it's lovely, really pretty. And this is really you know, where it should be. I mean, admittedly, I'm still on tarmac, so that's not great. Can these go off-road? Yes, of course they can. Am I going to go off-road? Maybe, who knows. But in terms of just driving, it's easy, you know, it really is comfortable. It is exactly what it says on the tin. I know it sounds stupid, and it might be a bit of a weird comparison, but it just feels like a big Focus, and that, you know, that is a compliment, because what you do get with Fords from all ranges, you know, whether it's a Focus, a Fiesta, a Mondeo, a Ranger, even a Mustang, you know, Ford, I mean, this is great. You know, it's got a reversing camera, it's got Apple CarPlay, it's you know, comfortable, it's air conditioning, heated seats, you name it, it's got it. So in terms of what you get for your money, I don't think you can go wrong. Matt got some good footage. It's a lovely day, except it's extremely windy, but we will see. Right, ice cream. So why did I buy this car? Well, it's great because, as I mentioned, it's practical, easy to drive as it's an auto, it has a great driving position, and I've always wanted a truck, so that's really the bottom line for me. This was never meant to be a technical review. The only real downside is that it can be quite thirsty, but I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker. I think really it boils down to exactly what you want. You know, it's a practical family car with off-road capability, and as it's a Ford, you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, trucks are cool anyway. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Unbelievable that we're pushing the 900 subscribers. Doesn't sound like a lot, but for a little channel like ours, it's amazing, and we really appreciate it. More stuff to come, reviews, Monza updates, Manta updates. Now that we're coming out of lockdown, we should have some really good stuff coming. So yeah, thanks for watching, stay tuned, look out for the next one soon, catch you in the next one.